Okay, Mr. Burns here with your video for Lesson 21T, predicting with lines of best fit. Please get out your books and open up your books, page 134, and follow along with me. In lesson number 20, you learned how to create and interpret scatter plots. A scatter plot often reveals a recognizable pattern in a data set. For example, sometimes positively or negatively correlated scatter plots form a linear pattern. When this occurs, it can be helpful to determine a line of best fit for the data. A line of best fit approximates the pattern of the data. It is useful for making predictions about the data set. So there are two criteria for a good line of best fit. First, the line must follow the direction of the linear data well. Also, the line should have about half of the points above the line and half the points below the line. So on page number 134, you'll see in that Explore, it talks to you about and it shows you guys different lines of best fit, and different graphs and how they fit or don't fit. So if you guys need a good example of lines of best fit, the Explore is usually is a good one to look at. But we're going to go ahead and dive right into this assignment. For numbers 1 through 3, instructions are, do the lines have a good line of best fit? If the line is not a good fit, explain why. Keep in mind that the criteria for a line of best fit are the line follows the direction of the linear pattern, and the second requirement is that it has approximately half the points above and half the points below the line. So number 1, is that a line of best fit, yes or no? The answer would be no, it doesn't. Why? Because all the points are above the line. So there you have it for number 1. No, it's not a line of best fit because all the points are above the line. So number 2, is that a line of best fit? No, it's not. Why? It's not a line of best fit because the line doesn't follow the directions of the data well. So there's your answer for number 2. No, it's not a line of best fit because the line doesn't follow the data well. Okay, for number 3, is that a line of best fit? Yes. Why? It's a line of best fit because it fulfills both criteria. 1, okay, it follows the direction of the linear pattern, and 2, half of the points are above and half the points are below. So in this case, it is because those two reasons. It follows the criteria. And there you have it for number 3. It fulfills both the criteria for a line of best fit. Let's take a look at numbers 4 and 5. Okay, for number 4 and 5, it says for each problem, use the scatter plot and the line of best fit to approximate the missing values. So on number 4 and 5, there are already lines of best fit, so you have to figure that out. For part A, on number 4, it says when x is 1, okay, what's the value for y? So from the origin, I'm going to go over 1 and all the way up, okay, and approximate the value of that point right there. So what's the approximate value of that when that line's there? It's about 19. Okay, so it's an approximate. For part B, it says when y is 10, what's the value for x? So along my y-axis, I'm going to go all the way up to number 10, right there. I'm going to go over straight to the right. So what's the value going to be there? It's going to be about 7. For number 5, same concept, just different scatter plot. So when y is 35, so we're going to start off at 35 again on the y-axis. And I'm going to go all the way over to the right until I meet up with my line of best fit. And what's the approximate value of x? The approximate value of x is going to be about 21. So I'm going to go down. It's going to be about 21. For the next one, when x is 24, what's the value for y? So from the origin, I'm going to go all the way over to 24. I'm going to go up till I meet my line of best fit. And what's the approximate value of y? Whoops. When x is 24, looks like it's going to be about 42. All right, that's it. Let's go jump to the backside. Okay, here we are on the backside, guys. Number 6. It says Tabitha wants to see if there is a correlation between the number of books students read per year and the number of hours of television they watch per year. She collected the data and put it in a table. So there's her data. So along the first column there, that's her x-axis, the number of books read per year, and then on her y-axis, or her second column, is the hours spent watching TV per week. So that's her y value. So what's the correlation between the data? For part A, it says use the data to create a scatter plot. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So there we are on part A. I went ahead and I plotted my points, okay, on my scatter plot. So let's jump right on to part B. So make sure that your scatter plot looks somewhat like mine. Part B says, describe the correlation of the data. So what happens? As the number of books read each year increases, what happens to the amount of TV watched? You'll notice that decreases as well. So as one increases and the other one decreases, what happens, or what type of correlation is this? This is a negative correlation. Okay, because as one value increases, the other value decreases, that's negative. Okay, for part C it says, draw a line of best fit for your data and extend your line all the way through your graph. So remember, for a line of best fit to be a line of best fit, it has to follow two criteria. One, the first criteria is has to follow the direction of the pattern, the linear pattern, and approximately half of the points above have to be drawn above, and there has to be half of the points below the line. So how many points are there? Well, let's count them up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 points. So we want to draw a line of best fit that puts 5 of the points above the line and 5 points below the line. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. You draw yours, I'll draw mine, and see if they match up. So for part C, that's what I got for my line of best fit. Okay, so on my line, you'll notice there's 6 points below the line and 1, 2, 3, 4 points above the line. So I'm pretty close. So let's go ahead and scooch this up just a touch and talk about number 12. So number 12, it says, based on Tabitha's data, how many hours of television per week, okay, would you expect a person who read 18 books a year to watch? So let me scoot this down. Oh, that's perfect. So here we go. So from the origin, I'm going to go over 18 to the right, and then I'm going to go up. So from the origin, okay, I'm going to go all the way to 18, and then go up, find my line of best fit, plot a point. So you can expect approximately on my graph, okay, it would say y would approximately equal, on mine, it looks like around 7. I'd accept anything from 7 to 12. Okay, so depending on how you drew your line of best fit, your value might be a little higher, might be a little lower, but I'll accept any answers from y is approximately equal to 7 to 12. All right, that's it. Piece of paper, pencil, calculator. Let's get ready to write down our assignment. Nice job, you guys.